For this video, we picked the following scenario: traveling from O'Hare International Airport to the Loop on a Friday in July, tailored specifically for a nervous out-of-town visitor renting a car with zero prior knowledge of Chicago's grid. So navigating from O'Hare to the Loop on a summer Friday is historically one of the most intense driving scenarios in the American Midwest, characterized by weekend getaways, summer festival traffic, and dense urban navigation. Fortunately, with the massive $170 million Kennedy Expressway Rehabilitation Project officially completed ahead of schedule in late 2025, the I-90 corridor is flowing better than it has in years. By timing your departure strategically and knowing exactly when to utilize local bypasses, we can get you into the heart of the city safely, efficiently, and completely stress-free. Chicago's highway network operates like a massive heartbeat, pushing commuters in and out of the central business district. Here is how the general flow behaves across major arteries like the Kennedy, I-90-94, the Eisenhower, I-290, and the Stevenson, I-55, categorized by commute window, start time, the peak of the peak, end time, and flow dynamics and highway impact. For the morning rush commute window, the start time is 5:30 a.m., the peak of the peak is 7:15 a.m. to 8:45 a.m., and the end time is 10 a.m. The flow dynamics and highway impact are inbound heavy. The suburbs drain into the city. I-90 East and I-290 East will experience severe compression. For the evening rush, Monday through Thursday commute window, the start time is 3 p.m., the peak of the peak is 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., and the end time is 7 p.m. The flow dynamics and highway impact are outbound heavy. City drains to suburbs. Inbound is lighter but still sluggish near downtown interchanges. For the Friday evening rush commute window, the start time is 1:30 p.m., the peak of the peak is 2:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m., and the end time is 7:30 p.m. The flow dynamics and highway impact are bidirectional gridlock. Summer Fridays push the outbound rush up by 2 hours. Inbound traffic also spikes heavily with weekend tourists and airport arrivals. For your specific 18-mile route from O'Hare to the Loop on a Friday, the traditional 35-minute drive can easily stretch to 90 minutes if timed poorly. Here are your absolute best windows to put the car in drive. 1. Primary recommendation, the absolute fastest window, 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Why? You were slipping perfectly through the commuter valley. The morning rush has completely dissipated, and the infamous early afternoon Friday exodus hasn't begun. You'll cruise into the city on I-90 East with minimal braking. 2. Secondary runner-up, the evening window, after 8:30 p.m. Why? If your flight lands late, do not panic. By 8:30 p.m., the commuter gridlock is gone, dinner traffic has settled, and the highway returns to its baseline speed. 3. The avoid at all costs window, 2 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Why? This is peak Friday friction. If you land during this time, take your time at the airport, grab a coffee, and do not rush to the rental car counter. If you're forced to drive during peak gridlock, relying solely on standard GPS routing can leave you stranded in traffic. Use these veteran bypass strategies. The primary route, the I-90 East, or the Kennedy, this is the most direct path. You'll merge from the airport onto I-90 East. Beware of the junction, where I-90 merges with I-94. Stay in the middle left lanes to avoid the chaotic merging from the right-hand ramps. The highway bypass, I-294 South to I-290 East, if your GPS shows the Kennedy Expressway in deep red, a standstill, navigate to the I-294 South tollway, then merge to I-290 East, the Eisenhower, taking you straight into the Loop. It adds a few miles, but when the Kennedy fails, this keeps you moving. The surface street cheat code, the Elston Avenue. If the highways are apocalyptic, exit I-90 early and use Elston Avenue. Chicago is a grid, but Elston is a diagonal street that cuts southeast directly towards downtown, bypassing hundreds of stoplights and moving you smoothly into the River West and Loop area. The ultimate bypass, the CTA Blue Line. As a logistics expert, I must advise if you don't need a car for your weekend in the Loop, skip the rental. The CTA Blue Line train boards inside O'Hare and drops you directly in the Loop in exactly 45 minutes for $5, completely immune to traffic. July in Chicago is glorious, but it introduces several volatile variables to the traffic grid. Check these 24 hours before your flight. Summer festival street closures. July is peak festival season. Pitchfork, Taste of Chicago, Lollapalooza build-out. Major loop arteries like Columbus Drive or DuSable Lakeshore Drive may have lane closures. Double-check your hotel's exact block for closures. Summer baseball traffic impacts. Check if the Chicago Cubs are playing a Friday afternoon game, usually starting at 1:20 p.m. If they are, the Addison Street and Irving Park Road exits on the Kennedy will be absolute choke points. Summer thunderstorms. July heat brings sudden localized downpours. The Kennedy's underpasses and lower Wacker Drive can experience flash ponding. If a storm hits, expect highway speeds to immediately drop to 15 miles per hour. Illinois tollways, like the I-294 bypass, operate on 100% open road tolling. There are no cash booths. Ensure your rental car agreement includes an active transponder so you aren't hit with administrative fees later. 2. Beware the express lane trap. The Kennedy has reversible express lanes in the center of the highway. While they look tempting, they're gated and have no exits for several miles. Furthermore, on a Friday afternoon, they'll be flowing outbound, away from the city, so you won't be able to use them inbound anyway. Stick to the standard local lanes. 3. The Lower Wacker GPS Black Hole. The Loop features a multi-tiered street system, upper, middle, and lower Wacker Drive. When you exit the highway into the Loop, your GPS signal will likely drop under the concrete canopy. Memorize the last 3 turns to your hotel before you exit the highway. 4. Hold your lane at the Jane Byrne. As you enter the Loop, you'll pass through the massive Jane Byrne interchange. It was fully rebuilt and modernized recently, making it much safer, but the lane shifts can be intimidating. Pick your lane early, maintain a steady speed, and do not make sudden merges. Locals are aggressive, but if you hold your line, they'll navigate around you.